Welcome back, good people. It is Wednesday, January 21st, and we are primed for another episode of the Pulse, where we talk all things politics, geopolitics, and all that other good stuff. And we already started in the background, so we are here now, and we will do our quick greetings, see how everybody's been doing, starting with you, Richard. How has your week been so far?
Let's get to it. Let's get to it.
Lynn, how has your week been?
It's been up and down. Unfortunately, I learned that the most successful life insurance agent I ever hired, she passed away this weekend at 80 years old.
Oh,
And
my condolences.
so just want to, my heart goes out to Margie and her family. And when you think back, like, wow, she was the most successful person I ever hired in my career, and
Wow.
there'll never be another. There'll never be another.
Yeah.
She was a black woman at the top of the life insurance game when I met her, and I was lucky to be able to hire her. I was very fortunate to be able to hire her because she was the goat.
Hmm.
Houston. She was the goat.
So you said she was 80. Did she pass from natural causes or?
Natural, yeah.
Okay. Um,
And she was
God bless.
still, knowing her, she had an application in her hand.
Wow.
She was still working.
Wow.
That's how I want to go out, writing an app.
I don't share the same sentiment, but we got different passions in life.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, we do. We do. We do. We do.
So, but that's fair. That's fair. Doing something that you love
Mm-hmm.
is absolutely the best way to end things. That is going out on top, essentially. So, but yeah, let's like Rich said, let's get into it. So
Yes.
tonight we are starting out talking about the recent information that we've learned from personal text messages between President Trump and Mr. Jonas in regards to the Nobel Peace Prize and his response about Greenland in the same act, unfortunately, uh, where it would have seemed in those text messages that his angst and irony at this point for pushing further into Greenland or pushing the narrative into Greenland further is because of the Nobel Peace Prize. That's what I gathered from it. I could be wrong. I could be off. Uh, but that's how I see things at this point in time. Uh, Lynn, we'll start with you. Where are you on that?
Um, I see it. The prize is in there because he's still butthurt over that. But I see it more as another grab with natural resources and a strategic area that Russia and China uh, don't want him to occupy, don't want us to occupy, because it gives us a significant jump on any of their shenanigans. Um, but he's just every day that goes by, I respect him less and less.
Oh, wow.
Just every single day, he just gives me a reason to respect him less than the previous day. I saw where he was talking about the woman who was killed. He said, "I hope her father is still a Trump fan because
Wow.
her dad was a Trumpster."
Yeah.
And he said, "I hope he's still a fan." While the family is grieving and going through uh, this mess, that's what he gets behind the podium and says. And its whole year and his 1 year anniversary and and all the things that he said he was going to do that he didn't come close to doing. You know.
Yeah. Rich, what about you?
I don't really have much to say.
About which thing? About
I thought you wanted to
Greenland?
get to it, man. I thought you wanted to get to it.
Yeah, oh yeah, I do.
So get to it.
Yeah, I have. I we're talking about this Greenland situation. And you know me, I'm kind of 1 + 1 is 2 type of person.
Okay.
We never resolved the Jeffrey Epstein situation. That's never been resolved. We've never really resolved about the healthcare extensions being extended. So talking about Greenland, it may be. See, the problem with Trump is sometimes he's lying. Sometimes he's hustling to get a better deal. And sometimes the powers that be are telling him what to do. And for us to analyze every decision he says, that he makes, based off his personality, based off everything he's gone through, you don't know if he's being sincere or not. Sometimes he's just hustling you. He probably doesn't really want Greenland, but he'll act like he wants it just to say that he's made a deal, that he has the power, but he's not going to use it. So when you go to Switzerland for the conspiracy theories, people who run the world do their business in Switzerland, where they hide their money.
Yeah.
So I don't want to go into the conspiracy hole, at least not until Deuce shows up. So I'll let y'all guys, be the experts on this.
No, I like what you said about hustling and lying. That's that encapsulates, to me, that's who he is.
Yeah, clip that.
Hustling and lying.
Okay.
I imagine he wakes up somewhere in the White House. There's a wheel called the wheel of distraction, and he just comes in that room and spins it, and wherever it lands, and there's no Epstein on that wheel. Let's be clear. Epstein is not on that wheel, but he just spins that thing, and wherever it lands, this is the nonsense I'm gonna run with today.
So I got a little bit of a different question that doesn't entirely deal with Greenland, but it does have a little bit to do with the Nobel Peace Prize. And that question is, what 8 wars did he end? I've had issues actually coming up with anything that sticks factually to that claim. And I don't know if I've missed something in my readings because I've been distracted myself a lot lately, but have there been 8 wars at
the Great War of India and Pakistan, which I didn't even know was going on. I didn't know that was,
Israel.
What cable channel is that on? I missed that. But he stopped it. He ended it. Whatever war they had that was not televised, he ended it, according to him.
Yeah, because he said he saved millions of lives.
Yeah. But the big one, the one he said he would end in 24 hours? How's that going for Mr. Putin?
It's going well for him.
The big Israel.
He's losing 25,000 plus soldiers a month.
So let me explain why I said it's going well for him. It's going well for him because he has still been able to maintain power.
Oh, I hear you. No, I don't hear.
Dang it.
Hello.
My apologies. I didn't put my phone on do not disturb.
Gotcha.
And I ended up getting a call from one of my brothers. I have to hit him back in a second. But Putin has been able to essentially wear down financially Ukraine over a long period of time because they are much more heavier financed than Ukraine is. And so he's also able to, what I heard somebody say on TikTok, and this is paraphrasing, and there was a panel that was debating about President Trump and what he's doing, and the panelists said, I hope you guys are happy with what your Vice President Trump is doing for his President Putin. and I listened to that and I thought about it, and I began to think about all the pressure that he's put on everybody about a lot of different things, right? Netanyahu, he tried to have his neck on his foot on his neck for a little bit, and then he reversed course on that. He tackled out Iran. He sent bombers over to Iran. We went in and took a controversial person out of Venezuela. He's quote unquote the king of tariffs, according to him. But he's not had that same pressure on Putin whatsoever. Not just not on Putin, but the release of the Epstein files either. But back to Putin, I'm trying to figure out why he has not gone to the same lengths or rhetoric to, if this whole thing with Ukraine and Russia is that big of a deal to him, why hasn't he extracted Putin?
Because he didn't commit no crimes here in the United States. So you gotta commit crimes. You gotta be indicted in the U.S. courts.
Fair enough.
For him to do that. You know, Maduro had U.S. grand jury indictments coming from everywhere. Weapons, drugs, conspiracy, RICO, everything. You know, he just had them flying.
Fair enough.
What I did find interesting about that war is that I read that Ukrainians have over 200,000 AWOL soldiers and 2 million dodging the draft.
Oh, wow. Wow. So they're fatigued.
2 million people draft dodging, pulling a Trump, you know, in Ukraine.
Wow. Okay. Well, it was just something that stuck out, that he doesn't have the same stance with actually making a deal with Putin as he claims he's done with Israel and Palestine.
And has that stuff stopped?
Oh, goodness gracious. It's a failure all around.
Mm-hmm.
It's a failure all around. So if he has, another thing that I keep hearing people say that I disagree with, two things actually. The first thing is that he's not a politician. And I disagree with that statement because he's been the president of the United States before. He's a politician.
Yep.
He's absolutely a politician. And then I also hear, well, he's a businessman, but they don't actually describe the type of businessman he is. He's a failed businessman.
Yep. Hold on.
Go ahead. I knew that was going to wait.
Where you always make your mistake, Mr. Glass.
I knew that was going to get
it. Because wait a minute.
Yeah.
Let's suppose you're right. He was a failed businessman from all the bankruptcies he's claimed. He says he's just using the system against itself. That's what that's what rich white men do. But let's make no mistake about this. Every politician that's gone to the White House has come out and within, I'd say, a year to 2 years has been worth, I don't know, an increase of 5 to 10, maybe 100 million.
No.
Hold on. Barack Obama, when they came out, him and Michelle, their money went up dramatically with their speaking tours and everything else. Their money went up.
But not 100 million. Not
okay.
non-figure.
They're worth well over 100 million. And that money did not come over a period of a bunch of years. It came kind of quickly after they left the White House. But when after they left. Yeah. Right. And most presidents are like that. Now with President Trump, there will be no doubt about it. When he leaves the White House, he will be a billionaire. There's no doubt about that.
He's made $3 billion.
He's a billionaire now.
Yeah, but
a real billionaire this time, not the fake one he was first time.
Okay, then I'll stop there. Go ahead, y'all. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, and so what I'm saying is, it's not that he was the qualification. We're all businessmen, right? If you have a career, you're a businessman or woman, right? But if his claim for finances didn't come and happen until now, until he held the executive seat, that's when he actually made money, within this first year. There is and then I'm going to pivot back to Greenland in a second. There is a town in Honduras, I believe, where the tech bros and billionaires have created this city, this space, to where only they can live, operate, and function. They make the rules, they make the policy, they control it all. There's another billionaire who fronted, well, I don't want to say fronted, who donated, that's a better word for it. I think upwards to 50 million plus to Trump previously. He's also the person who's trying to spearhead a very similar type of city or destination in Greenland so that him and other billionaires can create another city where they make the policy, they make the rules, and they also have the first dibs on the minerals, the rights, and the oils that are in Greenland. The Greenlanders do not want this whatsoever. I was laughing at Lynn a second ago because I just saw the red hat and I thought it was a MAGA hat for a second, but not Make America Great. I thought it was the Greenlander MAGA hat, which is Make America Go Away. That's what they're wearing over there.
They probably sound like hotcakes too.
Oh, it's crazy. They are rocking it. And so if this is what he's doing to help his billionaires buddies position themselves, where is the break? Who's hitting that left pedal? Who's supposed to when are we going to hit the left pedal and say, hey, wait a minute, Mr. President? No, you cannot take the monies from Venezuela, put them in an offshore account, and the only person that can control these monies is you. Unrestricted. Right? That's something that is so far past any other presidential precedents or reach. We've never seen anything like this. So where is that left? Who's going to hit that left pedal? Why are we allowing the billionaire class to continue to create an even huger American oligarch? And are you? Goose?
What it do, baby? How y'all
What's
doing?
happening, man? Doing well.
Hey.
Rich been waiting for you.
Hey, it's good to see y'all. There's somebody in my right corner where Lynn normally is. They have on some like this hideous, ugly hat. I can't.
You know what it is.
Lynn, is that you?
You know what it is. You know what it is. You know what it is.
Everything.
Fight on, baby. Fight on. You know what it is.
Well, dudes, catching you up to speed, we were just very briefly talking about Greenland as well as other different things that are happening in connection with it. So what's your take? Greenland or no Nobel Peace Prize or no peace? Where are you at with that?
Greenland, man, first of all, it's unprecedented, man. Like this dude is using his presidency the way people play Risk. You remember the game Risk, World Domination? Yeah, he's playing the game Risk, man. Here's the thing. If I'm gonna put myself in Team MAGA, Greenland only has like what, 500, 800,000 people, something like that, right? Not that many, if that. We say it's strategic. That's what he's floating around, right? It's strategic.
Yep.
It's a strategic location, but we already have a footprint there.
We do.
And in the agreement, it says we can grow that footprint.
We can.
Okay, so it's not strategic.
Well, no, because he said ownership. He was platforming ownership
because he thought the enemies were going to take it.
Well, he doesn't want to be next door neighbors to Russia first, but it's also, although Alaska, but that's a whole nother ball up, right?
Okay.
But he's saying ownership is the thing that we have to have, because when you have ownership of a thing, you're able to do more. The way he explained it, kind of paraphrasing. Yeah,
but he didn't
explain.
He didn't dig into more, right?
No.
We can assume what more is, right? So China did something in the past month or so where they got a lock on their there are rare earth metals, right?
Yeah.
You know what another place that has a large deposit of rare earth metals that are unprocessed?
South Africa, or when the
You
countries in
beat
South
me to it.
Africa.
You beat me to that.
I'm sorry.
What's the place outside of Africa?
Venezuela?
Greenland. I mean Iceland.
Iceland.
Greenland.
What I forgot now.
It's Greenland.
Greenland is
yes.
icy and
Greenland.
Iceland is
Iceland
green.
is green. Yeah.
Yeah. That one, Greenland. They have a large deposit of untouched rare earth metals.
In Iceland
Mm-hmm.
In Greenland.
and
Oh,
Greenland.
Yeah.
Yeah. So President Trump is not totally right. He's just not totally wrong.
Well, where is he not totally wrong at?
Yeah. I want to know that too.
This country was based off of well, I don't know, take your pick. Racism, capitalism, freedom of speech, imperialism. I don't know. You just pick one or pick all the above.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
Colonialism.
he's doing what every other president would do in his position. There's some wealth in Greenland, and if we don't get it, China or Russia may get it. And China's already trying to, quote, rape Africa and all those African countries. So if we don't get our ass up to Greenland, where we already have a military installation, then what's our problem? We're going to make America great again and make sure that our whiteness, and I say our whiteness,
I got you.
our whiteness is protected. Well, then he has to take Greenland. He has to.
So here comes the question that I have. Understanding the mindset of imperialism, colonialism, so on and so forth, 400-500 years ago, in this day and age, especially since we're quote unquote civilized, right? There's people there. There are people living there that don't want this. Do they not have a say in the matter?
They do. And they say no. There's no upside for them.
Well, what about what does it say? $10,000?
Please.
That
$10,000 what? What's the 10,000?
What he said he was going to pay them roughly $10,000.
Oh man, that's cool, man. This is like he paid American people off of that. Oh damn. Okay.
You ain't get your $5,000 check yet?
Not.
You get your Doge?
I moved into a
What
new
about your
spot.
dividend?
Maybe it's lost.
They didn't forward your dividend?
I ain't do the mail forwarding application.
Oh man,
It's got to be in my old address.
So you got like $7,000 just floating out there in the USPS.
Hey, new car, here I come. Hey, all I got to do is have a baby. I can get an extra 1,000. You know, so hey,
and then you start a Trump account.
Yeah.
Well,
There you go. Boy, I tell you what.
well, he also he also promised to fix the healthcare system. He also
He
promised
never said when. He never said when. So he said he's going to give those people $10,000 each.
Yeah.
How many people in Greenland? Let me get my math.
800. Didn't somebody say 800,000?
about. I can't remember the number because it fluctuated. I heard one thing and then I heard something different. So I never went to look at the actual population.
Oh, it's roughly 60,000. I was way off.
Oh, okay.
So how do we tie the Nobel Peace Prize to Greenland?
Because I know he was talking to her. There's something they did something together, right?
Oh, she gave it to him.
Is that what that was?
Yeah,
She officially.
She gave it to him in hopes of,
That's crazy, man. So she gave up her Nobel Peace Prize, and in the same time, he's threatening to take over a sovereign nation.
Well,
against
remember,
his friends.
Again, this is the part you missed because of 8 wars. He stopped 8 wars. I don't know what 8 wars factually, but he stopped 8 wars.
8?
Only wars I can think of are still on.
Oh, there were 2 African countries. He had their leaders come to the White House, but the liberal media didn't want to talk about that. 2 African countries was at war with each other. He had them come to the White House and they made peace. So one minute he's calling Africa shithole countries,
Right.
Next minute, he's making peace with African countries. Maybe they got something to offer him. Probably.
You know what? I know, Rich, you're right. I know. Say for these are not the countries, but let's say it was like Rwanda and Uganda. So he stopped the Rwandan-Ugandan war, and then he stopped the Ugandan-Rwandan war.
Right.
Hold on.
He did a double. Hold on. And the Houthis and the Tutsis. He stopped them.
And the Tutsis and the Houthis. You know, you got to.
So that's 4.
That's
So hold on here. I'm gonna see if I can look it up real quick.
Okay.
India and Pakistan is
oh wait, hold on a second. You may have been right. This is peace between the Democratic Republic of the Congo and the Republic of Rwanda.
Oh yeah, that's what
it was signed June 27th, 2025 in DC. So you laughing, but you were close to having the exact answer.
I knew Rwanda was involved in
Rwanda and the Republic of the Congo.
But didn't he also just recently assist Nigeria with bombing some areas?
Yes. Well, we bombed in Nigeria, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Boko Haram. Yeah.
And didn't he say he was doing it on the behalf of Christians, although that was not the actual case on ground?
Save the Christians. Yeah.
That
was interesting to me. I can't figure out why he helped out. I don't know why he did that.
Because when black folks try to say he's racist,
I got 3 reasons. OIL. Oil.
Why I ain't spell it out? That's yeah.
But every time black folks want to call him being racist, he fools you.
How does he fool us? Martin Luther King Day used to be able to go to all the public parks for free. You can't do that anymore.
Nope.
They removed this man's bust out of the White House.
And he didn't mention King on Monday. First president not to acknowledge him on the holiday.
Here's the catch to this. Factually, you are correct. But factually, he's done things that other white racists wouldn't do.
Like what?
So he's only doing it because of oil money or some type of financial interest. Sometimes Trump does things just to spite people, just to show, hey, I can do what I want to do. And that's the great privilege of being a white man. And that's why I said initially when I came on this show, and I still stand by this, I'm a trans white man. I make up the rules as I go. And if I want to change the rules. So if I want to identify as a woman tomorrow, you have to respect it. I'm a trans white man. And if I tell you tomorrow after I said I want to be viewed as a girl, I can change my mind and say, no, I want to go back and be viewed as being a black person again because I'm a trans white man. I make the rules and break the rules and make the exceptions as I go, as I see fit, because this is the country that I came over and took because it was my manifest destiny. Thank you.
Okay, so back to Greenland. No, I'm saying that because it's hard for me to disagree with what you're saying. Because when like on the surface, it sounds funny, but digging into it and looking at the world we are in right now, it's some serious shit, right? So I get what you're saying, and I can't disagree with you on it. But I'm still trying to figure out why he's upset with Denmark because he didn't receive the Nobel Peace Prize.
But hold on, how can you be upset when you have said from the very beginning that President Donald J. Trump was a narcissist? This is what you said about him.
Oh, he is.
Okay, so you should then nothing he does, and this is the funny thing about it. See, when we talk about people, and people are born in our zodiac signs, and then maybe even on our birthdays, there should be nothing that a June Gemini can do to surprise another June Gemini. I am a June Gemini.
You know, there's a person
There's nothing President Trump who's born on June 14th, and somebody who I love to the day I die.
Flag that.
To the day I die.
There's several people that are convicted murderers in prison who were born on June 14th.
I'm glad somebody clapped back at that, man. Because I got tired of Richard using that same tired ass line every time, man.
Hey,
every fourth or fifth episode, he used that. The June Gemini.
I was born, yes.
Deuce, you realize that you're surrounded by June Geminis. You realize that, right?
On all sides.
Yeah, so you talking, Deuce. But see, you talking.
You a June Gemini?
All three of us are.
I'm June 20th, the last day of Gemini.
Now what?
I'm June
No,
14th.
Oh, I mean, hey, you know, it take a Pisces man to keep y'all intact, man. 'Cause y'all out here down a dozen, baby. I'm priceless.
But seriously, the question stands like you have a personal angst against Greenland because a completely different country, a completely different body, organization who coordinates the Nobel Peace Prize that has nothing to do with this country did not designate you as a recipient to be in the run-ins, to be included or anything. So
Yeah.
why is he I don't believe the narrative of, well, I want to secure this strategically for America because of the minerals and oils. We're fine. Right? I think he wants to secure it for his billionaire buddies. But that has nothing to do with us.
It doesn't matter about his billionaire buddies. They're going to get their money one way or another in these 4 years. What matters is both houses, the House was working together, Republican and Democrat, to get the release of all the Epstein unredacted. And it was going to the Senate, and it was going to be a war. And we talked about how the healthcare prices are going to go up, and nothing's been done yet. So I don't care about Greenland. I don't care about the Nobel Peace Prize. I don't care about Venezuela. I want to know about, can people live day to day in this country? They say that the prices are not so high, but people don't feel that way. So all this talk about Greenland and the Nobel Peace Prize takes us away from the fact that there's a good chance that maybe President Trump was more heavily involved in the Epstein situation than he's letting on. And the healthcare costs are going to skyrocket. Those issues should still be the the two top issues in America. But right now, we're talking about Greenland.
The reason why is because if we get Greenland, won't that essentially help Americans put more money in their pockets?
No.
It won't trickle down?
No. Hold on. See, you got tricked again. President Reagan, through his economists, kept saying the trickle-down effect. That didn't work. And here's what irritates me. I hate to get off subject. These same Republicans who talk about maintaining our image and us being a world leader, and we are not a socialist society, we're a capitalist society. And we talked about that in the budget. We want to minimize big government intervention. We want the states to control their destiny. We reverse Roe versus Wade. But these same so-called individuals want to put a cap in baseball. They want to, quote, put a cap on these athletes on the money they get paid in college. These same, I stop it. I'm gonna stop right there. Stop.
Let me welcome to the post once again. MK Ultra. Yeah, what's going on, man?
Hey, fellas.
How's it going? Good. How about yourself?
I can't complain.
Good,
to piggyback what old boy said, which I thought was very interesting, with the cap on the college players and their money, I don't think that was so much as Trump as there was a college who didn't want to pay him. They realized, it goes, we can't afford this. And people have been noping out of college for a while now because they haven't getting anything from those degrees. So college money has been going down. Don't get me wrong, that TV money is still good, but it ain't what it used to be. And if you taking money off of college football and basketball, all them other sports that people don't watch, they're gonna get lost by the wayside. So little Susie can't play lacrosse anymore.
Hey, MK, you heard about the guy that went to the NBA draft, was not drafted, went to the G League, was okay, and went back to college?
So wait a minute.
You heard about him to get the NIL?
He's in Baylor. He's in Baylor.
Wait a minute. I'm crystal clear on this. When Nick Saban, and I'm gonna tie this back to Greenland.
Watch it now.
Oh,
stepping on sensitive soil now. Roll Tide.
When Nick Saban realized that he couldn't control those black athletes coming out of Alabama and Georgia and that rich southern region, because Alabama didn't have the money to pay. He quit. He quit while he was ahead because he knew he could no longer have control. And he started talking to them other Southern football coaches, and they even got Deion Sanders saying the same bullshit. We got to slow this down. We got to put a cap. Why, Deion? Because you played in the NFL where the
Nick Saban, he didn't make it in the NFL either because he couldn't control people.
I gotta stop.
He didn't make it in the NFL because he couldn't control people. That's a known fact. You're not wrong. You're not wrong on that one. But like I said, Trump was involved obviously because they called him up to say, can you help us? But at the end of the day, that's the colleges, man. They don't want to fork out their money.
Well, Mr. MK, I would have to respectfully say, remember when Colin Kaepernick was standing up against police brutality against black men and their interactions with the police.
Okay.
And Donald Trump said, "Get them son of a bitches out of here." See, I didn't forget that.
That's fine though, but that's the NFL. We're talking colleges.
No. It's about the power of the president with the bully pulpit. This particular president, this particular man of Caucasian descent says, I can go anywhere, anytime, any place. I can shoot somebody on Broadway or Wall Street and get away with it. So if he wants to stick his name or his nose into the college players and dictate to them what they can do, he will.
Yeah, I didn't say you're wrong. I'm saying the colleges asked him to do it. They just
because the Southern coaches, if you remember, this kind of goes back to the Civil War.
I don't think it goes back that far. I think colleges just don't have the money. They don't want to pay them dues.
No. Hold on a second. No. USC has the money. Okay, he's wearing that red hat. USC has
the money like they had before. The money is getting less than it was before.
No. When you look at the coaches who talk about the salary cap, you don't hear USC complaining. Those white folks at USC, I hate to say white folks, but them white folks at USC, and some of them are liberal, they say, oh, let the free market reign in this situation. The white folks in Oregon, Mr. Phil Knight, the good Irish white folks in Notre Dame, they ain't talking about no salary cap. Now, I'm not getting loud on you, MK. I'm just simply trying to express myself.
Yeah, because they don't want to be the bad guys speaking it. That's why they had Trump do it.
Well, here's a factor that not many people understand or consider is the booster influence.
Yeah.
Oh man, so, you going back to the program?
No, right. So I remember the Baylor boosters stole my coach, Matt Rule, when he was at Temple.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
And he was my client, and he just threw it up in my face. I almost threw his Baylor jersey out the window. I was so upset. But he was helping to write that Matt Rule check, and that's a part that's never been checked. That predates NIL. Boosters like Nick Saban getting $9+ million. Boosters plus Alabama.
Hold on a second.
Floating that check.
Here's the funny thing about this. This is why I get so emotional. Baylor, any college in Texas that's getting that oil money or getting oil money through the booster, they're not complaining about this.
No.
Go out and buy anybody they want to buy. But the funny thing about it, when the coaches were getting these humongous contracts, nobody talked about capping their money. And that's why I get a little emotional, because in baseball, those particular group of white men know their value. They'll shut the season down. You'll never cap them. And if you're a minority, a black athlete, or from the Dominican, and you get yourself mixed up with them white boys, you'll be just fine. But
you're comparing apples and oranges. You're comparing pro sports to college.
No, I'm not. Because the principle is the same about capping. But them black boys.
Yes, it is. It's the difference between being pro and people who are in the union.
It doesn't.
The pros have unions.
No, hold on a second.
People in colleges don't have unions.
Again, Mr. MK. Major League Baseball has the most powerful union, and those white boys know their value, and they will.
They don't have the most powerful union. The NFL does.
No, it's baseball.
Those black boys in the NFL and the NBA, they'll let them white boys cap their fucking money every fucking time.
None of them have their money capped.
The NFL doesn't have guaranteed contracts, though.
Who doesn't have guaranteed contracts? Yes,
I'm not.
yes, NFL does have guaranteed.
The
Yeah, but
NFL
they're
does
the
not, every
exception.
player doesn't
They're
have
the
a
exception.
guaranteed contract.
I'm not yelling
Not the rule.
Every player doesn't have guaranteed contracts in no sport. But at the same time,
NBA.
who be pushed down to the minor leagues the next day? You
The
can't say the
NBA.
NFL and the NBA.
The NBA has like
Baseball.
the
I am
majority of
not
players
yelling
have
at you,
guaranteed
MK.
contracts.
What
I
I'm
think
yelling
baseball.
at
No,
is
first
the
round
racism.
guaranteed. Second round is not.
Wait a minute. I brought this up. I'm telling you what the facts are.
Mhm.
You have a cap on those black boys in the NFL and the NBA, American black boys.
Them
But if
little
you're a
black
black boy that get mixed up in Major League Baseball, or you come from the Dominican and you get mixed up with those white boys in baseball, they don't cap your money. Now that's the facts. But now they're talking about wanting to cap the baseball. That Major League players union will shut the season down like they've done 2 other times in the last 30 years. But them black boys in the NFL and NBA, they'll take their black ass into the season and forget about the sacrifices that other black men have made so they can make this kind of money. Now, I'm gonna calm down. I'm simply saying, going back to Greenland.
Okay.
I was about to transition it back in a little bit. I was about to transition it back.
Greenland is a distraction, just like putting a cap on baseball, putting a cap on the money on the players in college. All these things are distractions from the fact that maybe there was a real possibility that something hideous did go on with President Trump, maybe, and Mr. Epstein. Maybe if we saw all the documents and everything that really came out, maybe. And so we use this Greenland because Greenland has natural resources that we want to get our hands on. And so now is the perfect opportunity to act a fool about it, to throw away, take our attention off Epstein and the healthcare that's going to affect everybody. And I stop.
I got something to say on that.
I have a question. Once you get to that, I have a question. Okay. I have a question about the Epstein files thing.
Okay.
Let's say he dropped all the documents, whatever that may be. He dropped all the documents. And in those documents, he had the Ayatollah of Iran, a prince in Egypt. Egypt, the fuck am I talking about? He had a prince in England, and he had George Bush and Barack Obama. Would you have believed those files?
Yes.
You would have believed the files from the government that's known for lying.
Yes.
You gotta believe something.
The reason why I would believe those files is because they're not being written by the government. Those are files that have been collected from individual peoples, and they can't
work
be
for the government.
Those
would be
emails with him and his
emails.
cronies.
Yeah, those are emails from individual
events
people.
That he hosted and money that he donated, and
that's what they told you. That's their perspective. You were there getting it, and
Chase Bank paid a settlement. Chase Bank paid a settlement for being involved in the Epstein monies being moved around. Yeah. They paid a huge settlement.
Again, these are people protected by the government. You're gonna believe the same government that told you they want to experiment on us in St. Louis.
I tell you what,
the ones that were who were not taking Nazi scientists. Well, we were taking Nazi scientists in World War II. When we saw the development of our fucking technology during World War II.
Right. And so
I'm like, at the end of the day, you talk about distractions. The Epstein files is the biggest distraction because I don't trust the government to say anything. It could have been anybody on there, and I would have been like, oh.
But MK, I'm listening to your facts right now, and they got government. You got government stuff that is fact, and then you have government stuff that you believe, and government stuff that you don't believe.
That's been vetted by somebody else outside the government.
Sure.
What? A Nazi?
No, that we had Nazi scientists collaborating with us during World War II.
Who vetted that?
Now, granted, our news is a propaganda leg of the government as well, but we did lock up Europeans and Japanese during World War II as well. Me and James being from St. Louis, we have seen the things they've done to us, our parents and grandparents with our water systems, redlining, and things like that since we've been here, because it was shown from outside people who are in the government. Because believe me, as former dogs of the military myself, me and James, we have seen some dirty shit. We've done some probably dirty shit.
Now,
So I always
MK.
question when the government goes, "Oh, her, we're
Now,
gonna
hold
show
on.
you.
Wait a
Hey,
minute.
now,
We're gonna show you
MK.
who killed
Dirty
Kennedy."
what?
It's
Hey,
like,
wait a minute. Hey, MK. Now, it's funny, MK, because I also serve time, and I'm also from St. Louis. And I
Hold on,
know
wait.
you.
So did
and
I.
I
Hold
know
on, Rich,
you-
Rich,
I know-
Rich.
I
Hold on,
know
Rich.
you
Can I
did.
ask you to put context on your statement? Because when you say serve time and St. Louis together, people can misconstrue that.
I served at
Third time in the loo.
All right. So I remember reading certain books before Mr. Glass decided he was going to show out, and I knew all about MK Ultra. That's why I find your name very. It touches me.
it's intentional. It's intentional.
Wait,
Because
MK Ultra.
The first time I
Isn't
saw
that an episode
MK
of Black
Ultra
Lightning?
was in a book
Come on.
from the bookstore on the south side of St. Louis, because I got into it with my barber because I accused him of something. He said, "Take your ass over to this bookstore and get this book, Behold the Pale Horse," by Bill Cooper, who eventually got shot in Arizona.
Mm.
And that's where I saw MK Ultra. And then later on in life, the MK Ultra and all that stuff with the government started to come out to where now when we talk about it, it's not really a big deal anymore. But
Well-
initially, back in the 90s, it was.
Yeah, that ain't occurred anymore. That's one of the open secrets. We don't give a fuck about this no more. You know, what y'all gonna do? So like I said, the Epstein list the same thing. Plus, if it's an open investigation, like they say it is, you won't be dropping no information because you're gonna have people you have to catch. And if there was a prince in England and Ayatollah, you think these international people are gonna come over here and try to do some kind of damage, sue us in court, blow up a town or something like that? I'm like,
No.
like this is the biggest dog whistle we got going on right now. Plus, why didn't Biden do it?
Well,
Like, he was
working on it.
Man,
He was
working
working.
on
See,
it.
here we go. Here we go. I need you to stay on the same rail, MK. I'm trying to roll with you, but you keep switching. You keep
Because
switching,
I don't trust
you
them.
know.
I don't trust them, and I think it's a freaking distraction from whatever else they're doing. Like half the stuff Trump has been doing the last past.
Like,
Damn, it's
like
been a
these
year.
documents that they're releasing, you know who collected them? The Biden administration. That's who
Sure.
collected them. You think the Trump administration started collecting these in January?
I think those have been there since before both of them. Well, not Biden because he's been there forever.
No.
Before-
Epstein died in 19.
yeah, but he's been with the government doing shit way before
Yeah, but
that.
the document gathering,
Yeah.
most of it occurred during the Biden administration.
They've had documents.
just math.
Okay, go look at the investigation itself. The people who snitched or who was talking about him was before Biden.
Yes, but the documentation that they've been gathering, because it ramped up after he died. Now, are you saying he was killed or he committed suicide? Which one are you?
You know good damn what that man did commit suicide.
I just had to ask.
So-
Games now.
so
Because I don't know. And
So
nobody here knows. It's all
Right.
what
Yeah.
you choose to believe. That's
Yeah.
all that is.
Like I
But
said, we've
this
seen
is
some
what I'll
assassinations
say.
before. So
This
Mhm.
if you have nothing to hide, then you hide nothing. And if that's the case, right? And I have to also go off of the how the actions of the government. If it was something that they could have just forged and threw out to the people for instance, like this whole new Black Party, the Black Panther Party that's out on the West Coast somewhere, right? But yeah, but if it was something that they could have controlled in a specific fashion, because I don't trust the government either.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. I just got a text.
Yeah.
6 African American men are on having a conversation. They're being monitored. Now I don't know if that's
Who is it? NSA? CIA? Huh?
But what I will say is
FBI?
we know that the government withholds truthful information, and we can only trust certain things by the way the government acts. If there was something that they could control, they would control it, right? If they could release it, it would be released. they can't release it because they can't control the narrative that's actually in the documents, in my personal opinion, which has Trump name as well as other illustrious people on both sides of the aisle, as well as dignitaries in other countries, as well as other people. And all of these folks have a specific perversion at a certain level
Yeah.
that they have not. They know that it's going to damage people, and just like when Trump was quoted screamed at Marjorie Taylor Greene, he's trying to protect his friends. You're going to get a lot of my friends in trouble.
Yeah.
That means something.
Yeah.
That means that they're on the right course. So there's something that I have to trust with their inability to be transparent. And every time they talk about the Epstein file, it shifts.
Well,
Right?
you remember.
I mean, but hold on, let me get this out. I want to say this, man. I like how you guys are focusing on the Epstein files. My eyes is on something else, right? To me, the United States government is just like Lynn's hat choices.
Jesus
Broken,
Christ.
right?
What'd
It's
you
broken.
say? Broken?
The U.S. government is just like your hat choices, broken. Your styling hats, broken.
Shots fired.
Because here's my thing. If any president, not just this one, any president charges or brought upon this president to impeach him, where does that start? What's the first process?
Got to go through Congress.
Where the fuck is Congress? This government has stormed another sovereign nation, kidnapped their president or convict, however you want to describe him, levied threats to literally take over another sovereign country. We're doing things on the international stage that would normally get bogged down in Congress.
Dude.
But in this conversation about international politics and things of this nature, I only hear the president speak. I hear James' favorite boy, Stephen Miller, speak, and the heads of the different bureaus. I don't hear a peep from Congress unless it's about budgetary stuff.
Oh,
That's
you
it, man.
didn't hear this week that Mike Johnson is starting to split from Trump?
I done heard that since he's been in office.
Okay, but listen. I think, to piggyback on what James was saying, that the government is moving like a dude who's busted.
Like
now, when a dude gets busted, does he release all the information?
No, but
he doesn't. He releases enough information.
I hear what you're saying.
To keep
but I feel
him
like
where
you guys
he wants
are
to
focused on the wrong end of the equation.
So
I'm focused on the enforcement. Who's going to enforce it?
Huh?
What's the reasons you all said for them going to Venezuela?
Oh,
oil.
No, I'm asking. What was the reason you all said for them going to Venezuela?
Oil.
Yeah.
Oil.
I don't think it's just oil. I think
not just oil, but oil. I mean, oil, the driver.
Who helped Venezuela process the oil?
America.
But no, who specifically?
It wasn't Exxon.
What, president?
Yep, it was Exxon. It was Verizon. It was one other company. And
Chevron? It wasn't Chevron?
Was it? Chevron.
Yeah.
And do you remember what happened when they got done?
They got kicked out.
So, and they told them, hey, on paying death, you get a bounce. And they was like, okay, cool. So fast forward a couple of years, couple of decades, and your boy gets in the office, and somebody goes in like, hey, Donnie, we want our shit back. And he's like, and plus, James' boy Pete was like, I got the perfect dudes who hungry.
Yeah, that's
his homie. That's his homie.
Pentagon Pete is your homie, James.
Hold up, James. I got the perfect boys for you that ain't Navy SEALs. They ain't gonna fucking talk, and they're gonna get this stuff done. And then all of a sudden, that shit goes like a movie on Netflix, and you hear the end result. We heard the opening credits, and then it was the end results, and we already done.
You're right. It is a Netflix. It is,
and it's like
no middle.
Damn, like Venezuela's back on the menu, and the same thing with Central America. And it's like, I knew that was gonna happen sooner than later. If you knew about Hugo Chavez, I'm like, that's gonna come back around, and it came back around.
Yeah,
and I'm like, he's on his last legs.
Yeah.
He was pissed for 4 years. And I'm fucking with him. Goes, we're gonna all suffer through this. and this is just the beginning of the second year. We're gonna all roll through this.
Here's my thing though. If he takes Greenland the way he's speaking on taking Greenland, not the Venezuela way, incorporating them, making them, I don't know, a territory, a state, whatever, under the American umbrella. China takes Taiwan. Russia takes Ukraine.
I can see that. I can see China doing that move. And he had already had the Panama Canal thing when he pulled up and whole Gulf of USA because the money was funny. If you can always go back and go, whose money is funny? Like, what's going on here that somebody gonna pull up and be like, hey Donnie, can you do me a solid? Hey, we don't want to pay these college players because the amount of money is getting out of pocket. Venezuela owes us some money. Can you come through real quick? Like, and then I don't know what the fuck's going on with Greenland and shit, but it might be some money or oil or something over there. I don't know what's going on over there.
Minerals.
So then there you go. Well, we short.
So let me give me 1 second. I gotta introduce Brooks to the panel so he can hop in here. He's been patient with us. My brother, how have you been?
I've been well. I actually kind of agree with MK right now.
I want to see his face. I want to see Mr. Brooks' face to make sure.
Yeah, you got to be united with us. We got to be six brothers.
He showed his face for 5 seconds.
We got to be six brothers.
I was smoking a cigarette outside right now, know. So
that's all right.
Outside of the square, you couldn't get more black dudes than that right now.
Hey, in the cold.
I'm out here outside smoking a cigarette, like just listening, and I actually agree with MK, and like I'm like, well, if you look at like Guam, a territory of the United States, they're gonna do it like that. However it plays out, kind of thing like that in regards to Greenland.
Like soft colonialization?
Say again?
Like soft colonialization, essentially?
So like Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
Puerto Rico, Guam.
That's
There's
another one. There's another. I think there's two more actually.
Marshall Islands is one.
That's an interesting point. I didn't think about that, but please continue. Tell me more.
I think they're going to do it like that. Like they're just like these are territories, quote unquote, of the United States, and so that's why Trump, I think it was yesterday or earlier this morning, he said there's no other country that could secure America. Pardon me, could procure Greenland, but United States. And then he literally, because he was in, I forgot where he is in right now.
Davos.
And then he used. Say again.
Davos, Switzerland.
Yeah, so he's in Switzerland, and he used Denmark as an example of World War II when Germany took over under Hitler. And he's like, that's just an example. And he literally used that example in a little press conference that he just had. So I was like, okay, interesting.
I just want to know what they offer that they're gonna be a reason to pull up. I'm like, if we showed on minerals and this whatever, but I'm like, it's a bunch of, pardon my French, inbred white folks. So I'm all like,
we never do it for the people. You brought that up yourself. It's never for the people of that country. It's for the resources what that country could do for America.
Yeah, like what they got?
Minerals.
They have minerals. They have rare minerals.
Yeah,
they have one of the rarest mineral collections. That's a great mineral collection. Otherwise, we wouldn't give a crap about Greenland.
Exactly.
Outside of it, close to like Russia, and they want to separate. Yeah, they want to separate. At least when they want the Golden Dome, I think that they call it now.
Oh yeah.
Right there, so that like all the missile defense system is going to be right there.
Strategic spot for missiles. That's not a bad move. If we're playing the conquest game, that would be good. Maybe,
but MK, they could have put NATO missiles there.
Man, you know those missiles are NATO missiles.
They're not going to put NATO missiles there. They're going to put United States missiles there. And I was talking to my friend about this over the weekend. They had a treaty with Greenland specifically over the years that said, hey, you can put as many American bases there back in the day. So that way, like, that doesn't happen. Like, Russia doesn't come in, China doesn't come in. And that they had, like, it was like 18 bases. Now there's like one. And they were all shut down through time, I guess we'll call it. And now Trump sees this like, no. He didn't say the magic word. We got one base left there. Let's just take it. Make sure that like we have our golden dome there, and you don't have to worry about that ever again.
So the question that go ahead, Brooks.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
And I get what he's saying. I get what he's doing there. Now, you wouldn't think anything about Greenland because, again, most people think Greenland is green, but no, it's like a frozen tundra, like Green Bay.
Iceland.
Yeah, exactly. Right, like Iceland's actually warm and beautiful, and now they're like, oh, okay, you know what? They want to put it on the frozen tundra of Greenland. They got their golden dome. It separates Russia, China. It stops them from pursuing the land. And then they have their golden dome there. That's a perfect defense strategy. It's actually not a bad strategy. Like, if you look at
the question, the question that I have to that, and for the panel, is it worth breaking up NATO?
Yes. Fuck them. We put too much money toward them. We can't afford to pay our own shit. Let the white people deal with their own white shit. I'm tired of dealing with white on white wars. We've been doing this shit since World War II.
I don't think I would agree with the gentleman, even though I would say it differently. Nobody gives a crap about NATO anyway. Like, what do they actually do? If you look throughout history, right, it's been a kind of a laissez-faire attitude, right? Oh, don't mess with us. And we're going to sit on the sideline and not do anything until somebody, some bad actor or whatever, does something. Look what happened. And World War II is a great example of it, right? Even United States didn't want to get involved. Like, Denmark literally got taken over. Germany spread until they didn't even do, the United States even still itself didn't do anything until they were like, oh, crap. All right, guess we got to get involved.
They messed with our boats. We gotta get them.
You know, like.
So
hey, wait a minute. Hey, Mr. Brooks.
Go ahead, Rich.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, Mr. Brooks. I think you're right. But here, in my opinion, I'm not gonna get loud this time. When you say that you're the number one country on earth, no one's as great as you, and you're the world's leader. If I'm in NATO, well, since you say you're the leader, you pay the bill. You pay the bill. You want to be God's gift, and not all those NATO countries, maybe England and France, have nuclear bombs. So if I don't have no nuclear bomb, and you say you the biggest penis in town, well, then I'm gonna let you swing it. And when it's time for the bill to be paid at the dinner table, you pay it. So I kind of see
at the beginning of NATO was they pay their equal share. That was literally part of the treaty. Back in the way day, it was set way before Trump, and they just don't do it.
So pushing the ball forward and looking at the last 2 decades, didn't we have allies in Iraq with us? Did we have allies in Afghanistan with us?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Real question to add on to your question. Who went to Afghanistan and Iraq?
United States.
How many different people did you see come to the playground? I count 4 different.
Maybe
countries.
3. You're saying 4? Okay, I thought 3.
Outside of the U.S. for additional countries.
Yeah.
Deuce, how many did you come in contact with over there?
All of them. That's how I knew they were there. If I didn't say, I only knew they were there because they actually came within contact with us while we were in Kandahar and while we were in not Fallujah. What's the fucking base that was in
Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, what was the
Riyadh?
You must have been in the
Riyadh.
army because I ain't never been nowhere near Riyadh.
First of all, I was Air Force.
Air Force.
First of all, I was Air Force. Second of all, I was in Germany during the Iraq War at NATO headquarters. Continue.
He said, I'm like, my God, you must be someplace nice. No, but I saw them when we were there, and it was like you all came to come hang out and test your shit against some brown people. Totally understand that. And then Kandahar, where everybody met up at, is where I met a lot of them because we were doing prisoner processing, and we had allies there, and they came, they did their things, they played the playground, and then they fucking left. You know,
Sure.
that was no heavy lifting. Nobody helped us fix those runways.
Yeah.
Nobody helped us take Fallujah. Look, it was like 5 dudes helping us take Fallujah with a fucking machine gun, a handgun, a cigarette. You
But
know,
MK,
just doing their things.
But MK, when we went into Iraq, those contracts are up for renewal, and America got those contracts.
Yeah, they
so
got
if
the
you
support.
those other European countries and you send your people up there, where's our all money? Oh, you ain't getting none of this shit. Oh, okay. Well, this is how much work you get out of us.
Oh, you're right. I said they came over there to test their shit. They go, you know what? This gear and this uniform is no longer in play now. We got to get some no shit. If you notice, Germany got their shit together all of a sudden. Britain just got a new rifle contract, an optics contract. Australia updated their shit. In other countries, I goes, I wonder why you did that. I wonder how you did that. That's interesting. And then, who are most of those firearms from? Seems pretty American. It's pretty interesting.
Deuce, who did you come in contact with over there?
Everybody I mentioned, the Brits, the Germans, the Aussies, and somebody else. I can't think of who it is.
The Ugandans, it's funny, the Ugandans were there.
Oh,
We
you
don't
got
count them because they were part.
Holy
The
cow,
Filipinos
they
and the Ugandans were part of the security force. They were actually like doing the other.
They were force pro. They weren't.
I had a family member served as a Marine in Afghanistan and Fallujah, and
we probably crossed paths.
She said that that was Britain's and the. I think you mentioned one other nation that she mentioned that they were there. Belgium. Yeah.
Yep. And they were the least amount of presence there was Belgium. That's why I always forget them. The Australians acted exactly how you thought Australians acted in war.
But again, if you have a nuclear bomb in your country, just one nuclear bomb will keep everybody else up off you. So when people talk about we got to keep upgrading our technology, how many more nuclear bombs? How much more new technology do you need to keep yourself? I don't.
Plenty. You need new technology. Look what they're doing now. They're like, so they were talking about recently getting rid of the rail gun because it cost too much. And then they were like, all right, what can we do? Now they're talking about sound weaponry. Like sound weaponry, not like it's sound, it works. Like they're talking about like actual audio sound weaponry.
That's like, already a thing though.
It's been a thing for a while.
Yes, it's been a thing for a while, but now they're talking about, oh yes, we've used it recently, and then
the Havana effect, people. Havana syndrome.
So and then they're talking about like like even space weaponry. I was listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he's like, there's a reason why they don't drop stuff from space because like it doesn't necessarily work. You know what I mean? Like you can have like laser stuff. That's what they're talking about. Like when China's aiming at Elon Musk's what's his space technology where he like connects the internet? Starlink, right? They're trying to disrupt Starlink. And they're like, it doesn't necessarily work right now, but they're trying to develop a technology to just do it.
Before we shift into that, give me a second, because I still want to know who Deuce worked with, because you worked over there at CA, right?
Mm-hmm. No, engineer.
Engineer, okay.
So so it's limited.
So who did you come across?
It was just us. The Ugandans were force pro, but it was just us. I think we ran across one British element out there. but that was it.
So, as a loggy, as a logistician, I came across almost everybody.
Yeah.
And there was a point where I had to go leave Iraq and go to Kuwait, which is when I found out how much money they got. Because I'm literally seeing freaking uh, uh, ridiculous, like Lamborghinis, Maserati. I'm seeing them on the side of the road because they ran out of gas, so they needed an oil change, and they was like, "I'm not doing this." And anybody who's been over there know that that's a true story. That's how they do their vehicles.
I bought a Rolex at the airport in Kuwait.
Yeah.
A real
So
one.
I'm just throwing that out there. They've got ridiculous money over there. But when I was coordinating drawdown of equipment from Iraq to go to port to get to Afghanistan, I worked with all of these coalition forces because that's when I began to see where they were strategically placed and how they actually played a specific role in those fronts. And so I'm saying that just to say, depending on where, and then I got sent back to Iraq, and godly, that's a whole nother story for another time. But so depending on what the allies signed up for, that's where you would see them. Not all of the allies said we're going to take about as much of a bite out of this thing as America did. First off, they're the ones who created this, right? They blew the whistle of weapons of mass destruction. So they have to commit this much to it. We're not willing to commit this much to it, but we will assist with the logistical aspect, or we'll assist with the financial aspect. Very small pieces, but we'll help switch out the funding. So we'll be your bankers, right? So you're not always going to see.
This was my family member said. So this was like in high school. So I'll age myself, gents. 94 to 97, where she was in Fallujah, and then Afghanistan, and like where she was a cryptologist, and she said that those two countries were there predominantly throughout that time. Where before that she studied at DLI, the Defense Language Institute. I remember having sent letters there to her, and they had translated them into language, right? Because it's like an immersive school. I think the DLI's in Monterey, and then she was at
Monterey. We know DLI,
Hebrew Institute in Israel, where that's the timing when it got bombed at the time.
Wait. I
Back
missed
in the
the point.
day.
What was it? What were you saying?
I was telling about like my family history, where one of the young ladies in my family, it was like, hey, this is the time, and then she got sent over. I remember coming back from Ohio State, I think at the time, and she's like just back, and I got one cool picture with her and her. Is it for the military men in the room? Dress blues, it was called, that they call it.
That's Air Force.
Okay. For what's the Marines?
No, they got dress. Everybody got dress blues.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Okay.
My bad.
So please continue on.
So I come back wearing my fraternity, Greek lettered like sweater, and she's in her dress blues. We got a picture in our old house where we grew up in, and we had just by pure chance be back home at the same time. And then she got shipped off again. And then I've seen her since, obviously, but like those were like that's what happened back in the day. And she's always told me, and she didn't tell me much.
I'm not trying to be rude, Brooks, but I'm missing the point.
No, he was just contributing to the conversation about his family history and military service. So,
okay, all right, okay.
So we get to understand about what's going on when he includes what she saw.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay.
So shifting it to NATO, back to NATO. I'm not necessarily saying that I'm all on board for NATO, but they do play vital roles and pieces when it comes to having bodies fill specific gaps that we don't have the bandwidth in our military to actually fill. So sometimes you have to have that useful idiot. And sometimes we're the useful idiot.
I disagree with you. I think
I
people
say-
just want to come play in the playground.
I hear what you guys are saying. Who challenged? Who said? I think James. When you said, "Is it worth breaking up NATO?" And I
Is it
think
worth
MK was
breaking up
like,
NATO?
"Hell yeah."
Yeah.
We do need those other countries at times, right? For other endeavors. When we
Really?
do, okay. Case in point,
Like,
different
like,
administration. When America did the embargo on Russia, we asked the other countries to do the same. A lot of NATO countries did, some didn't. If all of them didn't, and Europe was like, elf you, because you elfed us with NATO, it would be hard to stop Russian aggression into Ukraine under that administration. Stuff's pivoted now, so it's all different, right? But when you need those countries to help you out in other things, to say elf you with one of the biggest things, NATO, you think they'll come to your aid when you need something? America's great now, but MK, to your point, if we disband NATO, we're going to take on the financial burden, the manpower burden
Yep.
of being the world policing.
Yeah.
And you can't sanction the way you want to sanction.
It's just the fact
Yeah.
that we're not
Without
going to
those other
necessarily
countries.
rely on NATO.
Well,
Right?
hold on,
That's just the way
Brooks.
it is.
Hold on, Brooks.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Let Lynn hop in there. What were you saying, Lynn?
Oh, what Deuce is talking about, sanctions. The sanction power that we have is because we have our tentacles in so many people's business. And then, so to MK's point, all the countries don't pay dollar-wise what they owe, but sometimes they help out in other ways. And sanctions is, you can put $1 on that, making – so now you got Russia, North Korea, China, and Iran kind of off to the side in another sandbox having to trade stuff back and forth and really can't, move how they would like to move because all the other nations that know if they cross us, they can't count on us to help them out, which they often need our help.
Which is why they established the BRICS, right?
Oh, real quick. Did you all talk about Iran already?
Huh?
I don't think so.
About Iran already?
No,
I just mentioned them in the sanction conversation.
Yeah. We got a little time. We got a little time left, and then I got a dip set. I got to go pick my daughter up from a basketball game.
Which one? You have like so many.
3 girls. I got my oldest.
He playing basketball?
No. She's at a game.
Oh.
I
that old
kid,
kid, man. Come on, bro.
Gone, man.
Yeah.
Is she at the Arizona game?
No, she just went to a regular high school game.
Okay.
Wait. She in high school?
My oldest, yeah, she's 16, man. Yeah, bro. Yeah, man.
I just saw you like 2 years ago, man, in San Diego.
That's what it feels like, right? I know.
You just retired like 2 months ago.
I woke up and I just look. That's yeah.
I apologize, yo, man.
You're good,
just
bro.
hit me really hard.
I got one to be 18 next Friday.
Man. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, Jesus.
So Rich, NATO, up or down? Keep them or disband it? Is it working? Is the punch worth the actual fight?
Reconfigure it.
I would say
Keep them.
keep as many friends as you possibly can.
Oh damn! I wrote this down for Rich's answer. Elf NATO. Damn. Okay. You shocked me, Rich. Okay.
What was that game show? Change Your Heart?
Change your heart.
I think it's a reality show there.
We can't keep doing what we're doing, though. We can't keep playing this game, and they're getting progressively worse while we're over here doing whatever the fuck we doing. And like I said, we got people here who can't afford houses, but we over here building houses and whatever fucking staying because of NATO. That's not really going to help anything. Like, that's a bad look.
Yeah,
I think
so,
go ahead.
No,
I was gonna say, I think with that. Oh damn.
Remember, the longer an organization organizes and reorganizes and reconfigures without proper checks and balances, you're going to have a lot of the message get convoluted with bureaucracy. right? Especially at the higher levels, which is one of the reasons why NCOs dislike officers, right? Because they're steeped in the bureaucracy of shit, and we just trying to get it done.
Yeah.
Like, what? Give me the plan, lay down a simple plan. Let me get my soldiers, my Marines, get out of here. And so I think NATO has gotten to a point to where all the bureaucracy is beginning to, not beginning, but for a while has begun to pull away from the good that it was actually established for up in California, right? So that's one of my biggest issues with NATO. I'm not disagreeing in totality when you say F NATO, because there are some things that I'm like, come on, NATO, what are y'all gonna do? You're gonna say something on the world stage in a court that ain't nobody gonna be able to enforce. And you're going to talk about this for the next 5, 10, 15 years. Y'all ain't going to enforce nothing.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. That's why like NATO and the UN are just like teethless. They say stuff. They're like, no, don't do it. But they're not going to do anything about it. And that's why Trump, at this point in time, is actually like, you know what? Screw NATO. We don't necessarily need them. No, don't get me wrong. We like that we were part of the group. But like, if they're not going to do anything, we'll do it our darn self. And I rated Gene myself there.
But I will I will also say, for those of us who have been around the world, that America's really small.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
And so, to Rich's point, we don't necessarily have to have friends, but we do have to have Rich and Lynn's point. We have to have allies. We have to have strategic posturing.
Yep.
To begin to push that soft power, or to have useful idiots. And if we go it alone as America, and might makes right, we begin to stamp out all of these extracurricular activities that all of our other 3-letter agencies have been involved with and have been fleshing out for years. And now we are the one-eyed man standing in the bottom of a valley thinking that we're on top of a hill.
Well, we're playing Command and Conquer, and the strategy keeps moving. And because we switch leaders so often, we don't get consistent goals going with it. Like I said, because how long has Russia had Putin? How long has Iran had the Ayatollah, and so forth? Like I said, because that's the thing. That's the thing with America goes. You're not going to get the same thing over and over again. You're going to get some major swaths and changes. And with NATO, it's consistently they're bullshitting, so to speak. And it's like, well, we're going to do something later on, and they wait for the president to roll out, and they're going to switch their minds up. It's just like, well,
I sort of agree with you, but I sort of disagree with you. Why I agree with you is because if you look at what Putin did, right, he was president and he termed out. So he went over to the parliament, served in the parliament, and then changed the rules of the parliament so he can be president again.
Yes,
then he went back, and he was like, all right, since now back in the first time he did it, he couldn't do it unlimited being president. So he extended it like another 8 years, I think it was. And then so he became another president for 8 years. And then he went right back to the parliament, and he finally got it to be unlimited. He did it 2 or 3 times. And then he finally, now it's unlimited. That's literally what Putin did. And so that's why he's been in power for so long.
Yeah.
And then you mentioned another country.
Point. Like he was, it's a good contrast comparison with democratic governments and dictatorships. You know, that is a pro for them. They can build and nurture these networks and relationships in a way that America just can't.
Especially look at China. They playing the long game.
Oh my God!
And we even got the same Democrats and Republicans we had 20 years ago. So it's like our long games goes as far as 6 years.
But then we want term limits. So here we go again.
But I don't want term limits.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. That's a good point.
Gents, let me pose this question to you, if that's okay. I think that's why the Republicans are going to win again in the next presidential cycle, is because the Democrats were so bad that they put Trump back in. They were so bad. Think about it. That back in the day when Trump first 4 years, they're like, oh, he's horrible, he's terrible, he's blah blah blah, and yada yada. Like, we're gonna impeach him, we're gonna try to throw the kitchen sink at him, and they lost. Not only did they lose, they lost the House, the Senate, they lost the popular election. That's how many American people were like, go ahead.
I want to pick up something you just said. Not only did they lose, they lost, in my opinion, one of the candidates with the best resume on paper. Who was a lawyer, she was a DA, she was an attorney general in California.
Terrible in California.
Hold on.
No, he's just talking about on paper, just a resume.
I'm gonna get to that.
Just
She
talking about the
was
resume.
a senator. And if you were in California, when she did speak, she was a little bit more coherent. She wasn't great, but half these people are anyway, so that's a matter of opinion. But on paper, she should have beaten, let's be honest, the last 3 presidents, including Obama.
Wait. Hold on,
I
MK.
disagree with that.
MK.
Wait. Can I finish my point?
Hold on, Brooks. Wait a minute. MK. I also live in California with Brooks.
I know about Harris. I know what you're going to say. And
everything that Brooks is getting ready to say about her, I don't know what he's going to say, but there's a good chance I'm going to agree with him. Go ahead, Brooks.
So, like, not only was she terrible in California, that, like, not even the minority population hated her. Like, they were like, oh, hell no.
That's why she didn't go
she
for the nomination in California,
horrible.
because she was going to lose it beforehand.
Yeah.
I mean, on paper,
like, they didn't even want her.
Yeah,
like,
they
literally,
good, not real life.
I'm sorry, I was talking and I didn't. I apologize.
I apologize. I said on paper she was good, not in real life.
Yeah, I think y'all are making the same point.
Yeah, like she's so terrible that, like, she shouldn't even run again. Same with Hillary Clinton. Like, that bad. Like, people were like, they hated her for a different reason because she was just mean, and like America was like, oh, hell no. Like, they're like, no.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you.
On the popular vote.
Yeah.
On what? Like, so like, can I finish my point and then please absolutely disagree with me?
Yeah. My bad.
Like, at this point where we stand right now, the Democratic Party was so bad that they, in the popular parlance of the term, gaslighted America about, like, Biden being, like, coherent for like 2 years, and then when he realized, when he bombed on the debate, they're like, oh, they've just been lying to us. And American people in the Midwest and all throughout the United States, they don't forget that kind of stuff. They were like, oh, they just lied to us for years. And that's why he won the popular vote. Like, you can imagine, like, that's for the first time in, since Reagan, that the Republicans won the popular vote?
So it was by a slim margin. It wasn't a great margin.
They, no matter how they spin it now, they're not going to fucking get the benefit of the doubt anymore. Right? Not anymore. Because people watched it. And that's why they're going to lose again. That's why they're going to lose again. And I'll just finish up with this. Let me finish up with this.
All right.
What he's going to do, and no matter what good or bad has happened right now, all he's going to do is list off, like, this is what I did in my first 2 years in the midterm elections, and the 4 years later or whatever. He's like, I did A, B, C, D, E. We talked about this when they were in office. We talked about that when they were in office. And then, like, this is what we fixed. And then he's going to champion somebody. I'm not even going to say it's Vance. And I'm an Ohioan. I love my Ohioans. I'm biased. Absolutely. But, like, all he's going to do is champion that. And most of the people are going to be like, yeah, I remember when they did that to us. And that's why they're going to lose. Again.
So I would have agreed with you a while ago. Unfortunately, and I am not a defender of Democrats by any stance, right? But what I will say is that the pendulum has shifted so far right that it has to begin to come back to the left. Right? America doesn't know how to balance itself out, right? And Americans have a very short memory and attention span. Now, there aren't going to be any accomplishments that Trump will be able to actually stand on foundationally because he has not had any accomplishments thus far. The only thing that he's had is ICE agents and tyranny, unfortunately, and that's what you're forgetting is what the people are feeling, not just what the people are feeling, but you've got these good white at this point, and so you are the Republican Party has begun to splinter and split from Trump, and they're even actually beginning to call this administration the Trump regime. And when you begin to hear politicians characterize a specific administration as a regime, because generally speaking, when we hear the word regime, we're thinking a form of tyranny and control, right?
Hey,
Since they begin to describe this administration as a regime, a lawless regime, not just a lawless regime, but a lawless regime that's willing to actually protect pedophiles, you can't continue to go right. That's vastly swinging back left. And my prediction at this point is the midterms are lost already, which is why he's trying to rig them he's been trying to rig them.
What do you mean by rig them?
Like he's gonna say, "Oh, look, guys, we're going to win on gas prices, food prices, the economy."
Presidents don't control gas prices.
Yes, they do.
That's not the point of
Yes, they do.
That's not the point.
Presidents can directly affect gas prices as well.
No. I didn't say
the
affect.
I didn't say use of taxation and regulation.
Presidents don't control. Presidents don't control private companies like OPEC.
But you're absolutely correct.
They don't.
But like
yes,
he's going to say and I'll tell you right now. I paid $3.34 in gas prices per gallon yesterday.
They don't.
If the president
my point and his point there. There is plenty of proof to prove both of those things.
If the president controlled OPEC, he would not need their donations.
That's not what the people see.
If the president
that's just not the way it is.
Prices,
like it's going to be like
their donations.
Hey, it's going to be like, hey, I made a couple other posts.
Hold on.
If that's not true, because the amount of oil we put into the world directly affects OPEC, that's why we cut the natural gas.
Hold on. Presidents are supposed to set the environment to help capitalism and to also assist the Federal Reserve in controlling stability within our market and our economy. They don't control commerce in that fashion.
They can influence
corporations
it.
Do. Yeah, they can
influence it.
Yes,
who makes the regulations and rules for corporations? The federal government. The president has direct effect on both of those things. You cannot sit there and say the leader of a country that can affect those things.
No, that's not what I said.
You can't even say a governor can affect the price of oil. The price of gas in the state.
You're not hearing what I said. You're not hearing what I said. Presidents don't set or control gas prices. They can influence it, but they don't control it. If they controlled it right now, right? If they controlled it right now, out here in Arizona, gas wouldn't be $2.99.
No, that's have to do with your governor, who also controls the price of oil.
But
because you know what? Because here it's not $2.99.
If presidents controlled the gas prices, it would be federally mandated that nationwide gas would be what it is in Colorado, which is like $1.99.
No, like I disagree with you, Rishi, because like in Ohio, it's like $1.45.
How much is it in California, Richard?
That's my point. Let me finish real quick.
Let me look at it right now.
Hold on, Brooks. Because
we get off the subject. I apologize.
Hold on, Brooks. Because that's a
460, 520,
not a presidents control federally mandated, executive ordered types of things. They can absolutely influence it, just like they can absolutely influence a local election if they put their name on somebody or endorse something, but they don't control it. You know who has better control over OPEC? The Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell. He's got more input, influence, and insight over OPEC than what the president does. Than what the
I'm not
president
disagreeing
does.
with you. My point being is like,
which is why right now President Trump wants Jay Powell investigated.
Yeah.
That he wants his DOJ to
I'm saying
investigate.
this president is influential enough, and this is the reason why I said the beginning of what I said. Like the Democrats sucked so much that they put him back in office.
No, I
Think
get your
about
point.
it.
I'm not.
Like, people were like, "Oh hell no, this
I'm not
Democratic
refuting your
Party
point.
is
That's
ridiculous."
not entirely true, man. Like Trump
Wait,
got
let me finish
49.8%
the
of
way I
the
see it.
popular vote, and Kamala got 48.3% of the popular vote.
You can't go with the popular vote because some states have.
Sure, no, they go wait, like they said that in the last election when they actually won. You can't go with the popular. Like no Republicans won a popular vote since like again Reagan, and like all of a sudden he did, and then like they're like, oh wait, okay, that means like most American people are like, no, we're done with this nonsense. Being gaslit in regard to like the Democratic Party. My point really is
Brooks,
like
you can't say most American people were with it
forward.
and then discard the popular vote at the same time.
Right. You can't really gauge the popular vote because there's more people in California who are going to vote against him than there is in 3 states. So, are you going to go off the popular vote?
But he still won.
These are fractions, though. These are percentages. These are whole numbers.
Yeah, I'm not
These are
talking
whole numbers.
And I'm talking about. I'm not talking about who won. I'm talking to Brooks' point. He was saying America outrightly chose
that's what I'm
Trump.
saying.
I'm just saying the popular vote
for him. Like if more states voted for him.
Okay, hear me out. Let me
finish
my thought. Let me finish my thought.
Okay, my bad.
I think you're conflating that with using electoral college. I'm just using the popular vote as a litmus test. If all of America like one candidate over the other, you'll see probably a 2 or 3% difference between the two. We're not even seeing a percent difference. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, it was.
Game.
Yeah, 0.3 to 0.8. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Game.
Yeah.
So what? It's a close game.
So then stop talking about a landslide.
Hand grenades and
Call
whatever.
it a close game.
Hold up, Jens. Hold up. At the end of the day, he won off a popular vote too, which is unheard of.
Yes.
49 to 48.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's not the point that we're disagreeing with. The point that he's going to be able to platform towards the midterms all these great accomplishments that he's had. That's not what's going to happen
He got no
this
great
go round. And that's the problem. He doesn't have any policy. Healthcare is still a mess, like Rich was pointing out. Affordability, although he calls it a hoax, I don't know how that is a hoax. But
I don't know how that's a hoax.
Affordability is going up. He's got the worst polling of any Republican or Democratic president in history, right?
When recently?
You're missing who he is. He's the best in the world, and as a president, like to be able to spin the media the way he wants. He's the puppet master. Like he's the best in the world at like keeping the media in his attention on the planet by far.
I'm not debating whether or not he's a good showman. I'm talking about results. He doesn't have enough results at this point. If he did, I'd be the first one to tell you he did. Here's the perfect point. What's his best policy to date from this term?
From this term, I would have said if you were saying from the last term, I would have bet you about the HBCUs.
No,
they're not. And I would argue with you about the HBCUs, but I'm talking this term.
You got nothing, Brooks. I can tell.
What's his best policy?
I can tell it. As soon as somebody says, let me scratch.
His policies, all his policies the last year and up to now have been kind of revenge policies.
So what's the best one? What's the best one?
Good point. That's a good
I'm
point.
looking. I'm actually thinking about it. I'm like,
You gotta think. You gotta think long and hard.
No,
Hey,
that's a
listen,
good point.
Hey, listen to this. Listen to this. You know what's funny? Mr. Brooks hasn't watched me enough. I can always tell because he comes on later on and says the same things I've already told y'all, but y'all tried to hang me out to dry. But y'all let Mr. Brooks, y'all just give him room and he talks and y'all just let him go. But y'all be trying to go upside my head when I say that stuff.
You be yelling and jumping. You like one of them Drewski preachers who somebody in that skit.
Drewski reference.
Mr. Brown, one, I respect you, and I'm never gonna like denigrate you directly. Absolutely, because human being I am. Mr. Glass, Brother Glass, Worshipful Glass knows that about me. Two, I speak how I believe in, like, you know, I like none of my friends disagree with like what I see as an objective observer in regards to politics, and I respect that. Like, my best friends are Democrat, really. But I'm okay with that because, like, at least I believe in a philosophy to being able to be like have the conversation, disagree to but it's okay to disagree, but it's not okay to like denigrate. And I'm not saying you are. I'm saying it's like the part of the way things work, the way things work well, is when we can have this conversation. Because back in the day, when my point being is like, we got rid of cancel culture. That's not a policy of like the Trump administration, but that is the result of the Trump administration. So when you're talking about that nonsense has gone away.
So what's replaced cancel culture?
Are you going to answer Jay Glass's question, Brooks?
No.
I need his best. Give me his best thing.
Let me answer the question he just asked.
Yeah.
Pick me.
Okay, what you got, dude?
So, to Brooks' point, cancel culture has not died. It switched sides.
But whoa, hold on. Let me pause you. I got to put you on pause on that point because let's go with the statement that cancel culture has been killed off.
It hasn't been killed off.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree because I was going to ask what's replaced it, and we can directly say white Christian nationalism.
Yes.
Who on the left has been canceled? The last person I saw almost get canceled was Sydney Sweeney over some jeans.
Yeah, no. So,
but she's not left. Though.
No, I'm saying like, who's the last person left to get canceled? The last person I saw who attempted to get canceled was Sydney Sweeney, and even then before that, it's been a while. So who's the last person got canceled?
It wasn't because the last couple of people that this administration tried to cancel were TV nighttime comedians, right? He tried pulling those platforms. So Deuce is right? So it did. And this goes back to my point. America never has a balance, and that's the issue. That's why I'm saying it's swinging from so far right that it's going to go ridiculously left. And those of us who actually...
So it already went ridiculously left. We've already had that.
No.
Yeah, we did. You cannot say we didn't when we had the whole COVID thing. We had the trans thing. We're fighting for bathrooms.
If you thought that was bad, wait for what's going to happen next. Because I think we haven't even swung completely right yet. We haven't had the religious wars yet. We're just starting.
MK, how would you classify? Like he removed Martin Luther King's bust from the White House. He removed that.
He eliminated DEI from the government.
Yeah.
By the way, that was a left thing right there because it was like why we even need to have that when we already had a reason.
I could argue there was a reason why we needed it. Yeah.
Like when you look at it, the DEI has been it's been stripped, even in corporate culture. And I work in corporate culture.
The people who use DEI the
spirit of DEI.
The people who use DEI the most were older white women who took it off of our backs to jump forward to the position we were supposed to be taking.
Yes.
But MK, you're absolutely right. But why are we the face of DEI when it's
because they made us the face so they can use us to go forward. They goes, look, just like they didn't want to help us in the civil rights rights movement, white women. And then the moment we got it, they got pissed. So we circle back around and it goes like, okay, we got DEI. Yeah, hire the black woman. Don't worry about the black dude. And yeah, you know what? You need diversity. Put me in charge.
Who's
Like,
me?
what the
The
fuck?
white? Are you saying me as a white woman or?
The middle-aged white woman. The middle-aged white woman.
Well, the white woman gets in because the woman is a minority.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
That's how she gets into the room.
Yeah, I think we differ on that. I agree with part of your point, but I think who's leveraging, who's controlling counseling DEI is more of the MAGA crowd.
No, I know
more
that
so
part,
than the
yeah,
white
but
woman.
DEI was used so
Yes.
they can get ahead.
Yes.
They used us. They stepped on us to get forward. The same thing with the what was the rape movement in Hollywood? Hashtag,
Time's Up.
Yeah,
No.
the Time's Up thing. That was a black woman at first.
Me
Was
too.
And then white
Me
women
too,
jumped
me
on
too.
it. Yeah, and then white women jumped on it, and then they ended up taking all those roles in Hollywood. All those acting roles, all those director roles, producer roles, all that stuff is now middle-aged and older white women. And it's like, dog, there's no reason he should be seeing a new movie about a young actress with fucking Susan Sarandon in there. Like, come on, man. Like, Kathleen Kennedy was in charge of Star Wars. Like, what?
I don't know. Disney's a whole difference. I could talk about Disney and how they killed Marvel for days.
And then,
But
my man in California, you saw they was doing. He goes, you have to have a minority in the boardroom from now forward. And if you look at the minority, it was a white woman.
Gents.
It's true. It's not necessarily a black man.
It's time.
Like, it could be like a Hispanic
Bruce,
young lady, and that's just
Bruce,
great.
Bruce.
It's like whatever the minority may be. That's the
Bruce.
whole point. Like
I
that's
gotta
what I'm
end
saying.
this.
Like
Brooks.
I gotta end this.
Yeah.
I gotta end this. I know we get passionate, but I have a child that needs me, and I gotta go tend to her.
hey, do your thing, man.
Yeah.
Or some 18-year-old boy gonna be up in her face. Look, giving her part of the story.
Yeah, so I gotta hit the bricks, fam.
That happened.
I don't have no girl.
Oh, I might hit you up, bro. Okay, all right.
That's my cousin.
Yeah, no, the game just
That's
got
my
released.
cousin.
So it's only 2.5 miles away, so I gotta speed off to go get
They're
my
gonna be like, hey, boo, you need a ride.
and I'm gonna have to come up with Canic and be like, nah.
Oh, that's messed
Nah,
up.
can't me and Canic got him. What you got to do anyway? That's another story. But
You got it, sir. You got
it. Hey, gentlemen, as always, I appreciate y'all and looking forward to next week. Y'all have a
Yes,
good
sir.
night.
All right, now.
Good night.